The sophisticated styling of a Gaggenau oven really is a wonder to behold. But once you start using your Gaggenau oven, that's when the true appreciation of this oven kicks in. The oven can be opened by simply touching the control panel in the top right-hand corner, and the door will open. Or you can use the concealed side pocket handle to also open the oven door. All the oven functions are controlled by this sleek computer in the center of the door, in conjunction with the mode selector knob on the left and the temperature selector on the right. To turn the oven on, simply turn the mode selector knob 2 positions to the right and you'll see the convection symbol with a default temperature of 340 degrees. To the right of that, you'll see a little triangle symbol which indicates that the oven is preheating, and in about 12 minutes your oven will be ready to cook with. The oven comes equipped with a large blue pan that's used for either roasting large cuts of meat or for the rotisserie. You can use this pan for a large cut of meat, say a turkey or a prime rib, or a couple of chickens side by side. And when using the rotisserie, you'll place the rotisserie supports into the holes on either side of the pan. The oven is also equipped with a meat probe. Meat probes are really useful in convection ovens because large cuts of meat do tend to cook much faster, and the meat probe will prevent you from overcooking that food. Additional trays and racks can be ordered from the Gaggenau online e-shop. For best results, this oven is designed to be used in the convection mode. There are so many benefits to cooking with convection. All foods have greater moisture retention when cooked in convection. You can cook multiple foods at one time with no transference of flavor. And when you're roasting large cuts of meat, there's no need to baste or turn the foods. Basically, in convection, all the moisture stays in the food, and that moisture cooking the food gives you really, really great results. There are only 2 really important things to know about cooking in convection. The first is when you bake in convection, always reduce your recipe temperatures by 25 degrees. If you start to see a dark ring forming on the outside of a baked item, you could even drop the temperature a little more. Remember, convection cooks from the edge to the center. So if the temperature is too high, you can get a dark ring on the edge and the center may not be cooked. Even with roasting, we prefer to use moderate temperatures so that the convection can cook the food more evenly. And with this oven, we can always turn it up a little bit for a little higher heat finish just to get that nice crisping and glazing. Convection is the primary cooking mode of this oven, but other options include convection with bottom heat. Now this mode is ideal when you're cooking breads, pies or pizza because the heat's circulating, plus you have heat from the bottom to give you the type of finish on that crust or the base of that food. Then we have broiling with convection. Now remember, when you're broiling, you've got strong direct heat, so the convection is ideal to help keep the moisture in the food so it doesn't dry out. We use this mode for thicker cuts of meat. With regular broil, we tend to use this for light vegetables, maybe seafood or shrimp, because there's already a lot of moisture in those foods. We don't need to retain any more. Just need a quick sear on the food. You can also use the economy broil mode for toasting or for light browning. In addition, the oven can be used in the traditional bake mode where we have heat only from the top and the bottom. For you bakers out there who love your meringues and your soufflés and your popovers and have certain treasured recipes that maybe have written a long time ago, bake mode is going to be really, really useful. The other modes in the oven where you see the top heat, either the full spectrum of top heat or a partial spectrum of top heat, these are called finishing modes. Gaggenau understands that it's really important to be able to finish your food to perfection. And sometimes it's not just reducing the temperature, but it's changing where the heat comes from. Additional modes in the oven include the optional pizza stone accessory and cast iron roaster accessory, both of which can be purchased directly from Gaggenau. The oven also offers additional features such as proofing for defrosting and for keeping foods warm. The oven is self-cleaning, however we do recommend for best maintenance to wipe up any spills as they occur so they don't get baked on. If you do self-clean the oven, remember to unscrew the racks from the side of the oven. They can be washed in the dishwasher, and there should be no trays left in the oven during the self-cleaning process. The oven features 4 timers. The first one is a minute timer. This will just alert you when the time has elapsed. The second is a specific timed bake or timed cook. So when you set this, it will actually turn the oven off when that time has elapsed. The third timer is the delay start timer. To use this timer, first of all, you set the mode and the temperature that you want to use. Then you set the time you want the food to cook, and then the time you want it to be ready. Remember, we never put raw chicken in the oven when using the delay cook timer. It's great for very cold casseroles, things like baked potatoes. That will come to no harm. The final timer is a stopwatch timer. This is a count-up timer that will help you better understand the precise timing with cooking all of your food. To access the settings menu, simply turn the mode selector 1 position to the left, use the temperature selector mode 1 position to the left, and now you'll see the factory settings mode. And now using the temperature mode selector, you can scroll through the various choices. Use the pen for making any changes and the blue check mark to confirm the changes. I hope this brief outline has helped you better understand some of the features of this amazing oven. But remember that user guide that came with your oven has a wealth of information to help you better understand how to get the best out of the oven, including using that wonderful recipe feature where you can store your favorite recipes so they'll always be cooked perfectly to your expectations.